Demonstration of the day brought to you by AirPro. Here's Eric.
Wow, look at all these people. This might be the largest one I've seen, which is pretty awesome because it's a pretty big deal, right? So my name is Eric Newell. I'm the Executive Vice President here at AirPro Diagnostics. For those who don't know what we do diagnostics and calibration, right? It's in the name. So what we're going to demo for you today is our newly released Augie device. It's a calibration device, static calibration device, and it's going to be a little different than what you've seen over the last couple days. Okay, so it's going to be completely mobile. You're going to see that we're going to eliminate a lot of the environmental factors that come into calibration. You know, some of the things you've seen over the last couple of days requires completely flat surface, being inside a building, brick and mortar, right? A lot of steps, a lot of pre-steps to the calibration that you're going to see. We've been able to essentially create and invent a device, and we're going to show how it works to eliminate that. So every one of the installers, every one of the repairers out in the field have the ability to do calibrations where they install the glass, right? Eliminating that logistical challenges. So I have a couple people here. I have Jeff and I have Chris. They're going to do all the heavy lifting. I'm going to do the easy part and just tell you what they're doing. We're going to explain how it works. You're going to see that it's very fast. You know, in the 30 minutes we have, we can do quite a few calibrations. You're going to see we're taking a long timed calibration. 5 and 6. We got an announcement going on. Perfect timing, right? And we're going to shorten the time. You're going to see it done within minutes. All right, you're going to see that anyone can do it, right? Any one of you can do this and put it up there. It doesn't take a ton of training. If you can plug in a toaster, you can use the Augie device, right? So go ahead, Chris. We'll start getting set up. So very simply, he's going to start like any other time, any other calibration. You just start cleaning the windshield off. You know, the smallest amount of debris, as most of you know, can affect the calibration or see what the change what the camera is seeing through the process. So what he's putting on there are what's called Aruku markers, right? And what these things do, you'll see they have interesting shapes on them. They're strategically placed. This is going to show us, while the Augie's on there, the Augie's going to know based on these markers what the yaw, pitch, and roll is to the windshield of the vehicle. Okay, so I always get the question, how do you guys have all that information? Well, we have measured and tested thousands and thousands and thousands of cars based on year, make, model, system, many measurements through the entire process that give us essentially the mathematical algorithm to show us where the vehicle is at, right? So as you see, we place it right on the windshield. This is where we talk about the fact it doesn't have to be on a level floor anymore, right? We don't have to be on a level surface. We could be in a driveway. And the reason is because the targets and the system is mounted directly to the windshield, it remains in plane with the vehicle on any surface, right? Creates that in-plane target setup. So what you just put on there, these are very special suction cups. I mean, these just aren't normal suction cups. As you can see, they're very special. I kid, they are. This is our mounting device. This kind of helps hold the Augie in place. It's not very heavy, okay? We're talking 15, 16 pounds. One person can do the entire setup. As you see, for those on both sides, you're going to see lights on the inside of the Augie device. We have the ability to control the lighting. Another environmental issue that happens a lot, you know, as a lot of companies try and do this outside or in poor lighting, I can tell you this right now that we're in isn't the best lighting available. I'm sure you heard that a couple times today. But this is going to allow us to control the lighting, and we're going to control the environment. We're creating a theater-like environment to create that perfect calibration, right? So we're moving a little slower here. Obviously, we're talking through it. He's getting it set up. Okay, so now that we have the cover on, I know we can't see it on this side, but on this side there's a screen, and he's actually locating the camera with the on the outside screen. So we have a camera on the inside of the Augie that what it's doing is it's locating the camera on the windshield, right? We have one camera on this side, taking a look at the camera on this side, and when it identifies the location of that camera, that's where all these measurements, testing, and engineering comes into play. That it lets us know exactly where the camera's at, and in relation to where the camera's at, it's going to tell us center line of the vehicle. It's going to get the target set up in the right space, and we're going to talk a little bit about the targets now. You guys are getting those rendered up, correct, Chris? Okay, we're going to get the targets rendered up. These targets, through mathematical equations and algorithms, are scaled to the exact size within the width of a hair. I know it's probably weird looking at me talking about width of a hair because I don't have any, but within the width of a hair, that's the accuracy and what we have scaled the targets to based on the correct SI, service information, to the scale of the vehicle. So what we have here, and it's going to be difficult to see right now, but don't worry, we're going to hold it up. We have the first target rendered on the vehicle. Now this is a sequential calibration, so for those that don't know, that means we're going to do 3 separate targets at a time, 3 separate clicks of a button, right? So, Chris, are you ready? Oh, he's doing it right now. Okay. So he's going to go through, move on from target to target. Right now, as you see, I think we've been doing this a total of 7 minutes. Are you good? Going to the second target now. First target took. And we are using the Toyota software right now on the vehicle. That one took. It's doing right now. And we're going to move on to target number 3. Third one is up. Operating now. Perfect. So what it's doing right now is the car is, as you've seen on the other. Tommy, if you're here, you can wait to visit the film table, okay? If you're here, give us a couple more minutes and you can go visit the film table. All set? All right, so that was a successful calibration, right? So what we did is we scaled the target to size within a theater-like environment to show the correct setup based on the SI, service information. You get those a couple places. You know, here at AirPro, we partnered with our friends at All Data. So it goes right off the SI. We have a completed calibration that was probably with talking in about 7.5, 8 minutes. As you probably saw in a couple of the other displays and information, it normally takes a little longer. But the time, I don't want everyone worried, you know, time is a great thing. But the accuracy is what we should be focused on whether or not it's calibrating correctly, right? Because safety's number one. I think everyone here would agree safety's number one, right? I see some head shaking. There's a lot of announcements going on in ours, right? But what this does is it gives everybody the ability, whether you're a mobile installer, a brick and mortar installer, it doesn't matter what you're doing out in the field, this levels the playing field for everyone out there. It allows you to perform accurate, safe calibrations to the vehicle in any environment. Okay, so here's a couple things. I'm going to lay out a couple. If you want to pick it up and show everyone, you're going to see the third target rendering on the unit. So you're not going to see all 3, but he's going to pick it up for everyone to see. He's got to get off the special suction cups. So let's show all these fine folk over here. So you're going to see it's digitizing the target to scale based on the service information that creates the unique theater-like environment, allowing to perform calibrations anywhere. So there's a lot of value there. A couple things, right? That we are currently, this product is launching this week, started yesterday. We've had it out in the field, we've tested thousands and thousands of cars, taken thousands of measurements. We've got it down. I think we just did one in less than 10 minutes in front of the crowd, right? You can do it anywhere, connects directly to a hotspot. We're taking pre-orders now, right? If you're interested and have questions, we can actually do it again if you guys want to see it again. You know, we have 20 minutes, right? But if you're gonna have questions, and you want to talk about pre-orders, you got to go a long way. I'm kidding, just turn around right there. Our booth is 610, right behind you, right? You guys want to see it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it one more time, guys. Chris, we're gonna do it one more time? No, you can start there. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so again, what's that? Oh, so the sticker, the Roku marker, right? We have a very scientific name for it other than sticker. It's very scientific, but to be honest, it's a sticker, right? So the Roku markers, they're placed strategically. The bottom one is placed around the camera, right? And what the bottom one's doing is it's taking measurements off of, you'll see four squares with individual markings on it. And that's taking distance from our camera in the Augie to the camera in the car, and it's taking the average of the four distances, and that's going to tell us exactly how far away the screen is from the camera. And what that's going to allow us to do is going to allow the Augie algorithm and through our measurements to know exactly what size of scale that target to. Okay? So that one goes around the camera. The one on top is centered to the vehicle, and you'll see some little numbers on it. When you come to our booth, you can see some numbers on it. And what that's going to do is that's going to tell us the yaw rate and roll, right, of the vehicle. And you'll see some numbers. You want to match 1 with 1, 2 with 2, yada, yada, yada. And it simply just put it on the car. So it's a very strategic system of taking the sticker and putting it over. Does that answer your question? All right. Chris, you want to get we're limited on time here. So he's going to put the cover on, and many times the cover is not incredibly necessary if the lighting's right, but this allows us to control it here in this environment, right? Where I saw earlier there was one where you had to move this big screen behind it to eliminate the reflection. This isn't incredibly ideal with the can lighting above us, right? Lots of reflections involved. So he's putting on there to create that theater-like environment. We're going to start locating the camera based on, for those who can't see it, there's a screen on this side. For lack of better description, it's got what looks to be like a scope of a rifle on it that we're moving to identify the center of the camera. We're going to identify the camera from there, integrate the system, which they are doing now. Yeah, that's a great question. So this is all done remotely by our technicians. Okay, that's an excellent point. So what's happening here is all you're doing is you're plugging in, this works directly off AirPro diagnostic device, which many of you guys may know from the pre and post scans and things of that nature. So what we're doing is we're connecting this device and we would submit a request to our technicians. Now our technicians, they're brand specialists, right? If we hook up to a Toyota, you're getting a Toyota technician. If you're hooking up to a Nissan, you're getting a Nissan technician. We have brand specialists on the vehicle. We have people who know these systems in and out. That way, when a calibration fails, which roughly about 20% of the time, it fails based off of human error, right? We've all been there. We get everything set up, lay out the plumb bobs, spend 30, 40, 50 minutes getting anything ready. Whoops, we forgot to do a pre-scan. find something wrong, or we find some kind of human error element, right? So this goes directly to a brand specialist. We have a 10-minute response pledge. I can tell you we're getting into the cars way faster than that. But our people are actually operating the software. Our people are actually performing calibration. That way anyone, any installer can mount this on the windshield, click some buttons, submit a request, and get an accurate calibration.